David, congratulations on winning the Senior Men's International Player of the Year award. Were you surprised to find out, or did you kind of feel that maybe your performances had you in the running?
No, surprised. I think there'd be a lot of players that could have got it for the performances for this qualifying campaign and the other games. I think there's a wealth of experience and young, talented players as well. So, it's a real honour and privilege to win this award ahead of them.
It was a first-time nomination for you and a first-time win. You set up against Glenn Whelan and the Stevens nominated as well. It was a good campaign, wasn't it, for yourself to come back into the setup with Mick McCarthy as well?
Yeah, definitely. Having a manager that trusts you and selects me to play. I think in previous years, I've been in and out of the squads, not really getting a consistent game time, which was fair enough, which was rightly so. But to get game time and to show what I can do, and obviously to win this award at the back end of it, going against the likes of Enda Stevens and Glenn Whelan, two big names there, to win it in front of them, that's really, I'm proud of myself for that.
What a year you've had, David, to come back into the Ireland setup, your first international goal, your first Premier League season, your first Premier League goal, and now to win this award. It's been some ride for you for the last couple of months.
Yeah, it's been a bit crazy, crazy year. It's gone really fast, and obviously with the COVID stuff, it's made it seem even weirder, if you could say the word. Playing the Premier League, the games were coming. We just took it in our stride as a team. Performances myself was good. Didn't get the goals. Obviously got my international goal at the start of the season, which gave me massive confidence. But my performances have been good, and obviously recently scored my 2 Premier League goals. That's what I wanted. That's what every player wants, to score goals and play in the game. So altogether, it's been a crazy and a weird season at the same time, obviously with all the stuff that's happening in the world.
You seem to be getting a lot of recognition of late, rightly so, for your performances and some of the goals and contributions you've had. Does it kind of feel a little bit odd that that you're getting recognition now, and maybe do you feel maybe you kind of should have got it before in your career, or that's just the way it is?
Like you just said there, I think that's just the way it is. I was playing in the Championship for years before that at Ipswich, and we was a steady team. Sometimes we was pushing, sometimes we wasn't. It's hard, but obviously when you're in a successful team, you're going to get more recognition because they're going to want to know why the teams are doing successful. And obviously playing a part at Sheffield United and playing my part in that with my national team, it's for my country. That's when you're doing good things, you get recognition from that. So yeah, I got no way about it. That's just the way it is, and I'm happy that I'm getting it, even though I'm not really listening to what people say before or now.
I know you've spoken publicly about this before, but there was a period there where it looked like things were kind of in limbo for you. Obviously you were released by Ipswich, your contract come to an end there. You went on trial with Sheffield United and impressed. But even as you mentioned there with your Ireland career as well, you were in and out as well. So there was other strikers probably ahead of you in the pecking order at that stage as well. So for club and country, you've come a long way from that period, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. 2 years ago, I think it was around this. I think I seen it last week that 2 years ago I signed for Sheffield United, and before that, I was out of a club. Not many people wanted me. They were scared about my injury record and certain things, my age. Sheffield United took a chance on me, and from there, it's just felt like home. It just felt perfect. I've got my confidence back. I've got my love back for playing football, and then getting brought back into the Irish setup. It's been perfect. The staff there with Mick and TC, they know my game inside out. Played for them for 5.5, 6 years, so they knew what I was about. I knew what they was about, and obviously to go on and play with all the lads that I've been training with and getting little minutes here and then for 5 years before that. It's great to finally get a place in the national team.
One of the things that both Mick and your club boss Chris Weiler has kind of said about your game is that it's not all about goals. Your link-up play, your game intelligence, and what you contribute to the team. but as a striker, it is nice to get those goals as well. So it's a mixture of both for you, I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely. You know, no matter what you can say, I think goals is the main thing as a striker. Obviously, with my attributes, try to bring players into play. You know, working hard and things like that. That just comes. That's just my game. That's just got me to where I am today. But obviously, as a striker, you're judged on the goals, and you know, I'm no different to any other striker. I want to score goals, and when them goals go in, you know, it's a great feeling, and you know, I hope there's plenty more for club and for national.
It's the same with Ireland. Like, we haven't scored a huge amount of goals for Ireland over the past kind of previous years. Do you think that can change? Like even it must be very frustrating at times playing up front on your own, and sometimes the focus can be on the striker to score the goals, but it's a team effort, isn't it? You have to get the service into you and like contributions from other players as well at times.
Yeah, you know, I don't think we've scored the goal, lots of goals through our campaigns, but we've definitely got the talent to do that. I think it's just finding the right formula. You know, if we went gun ho and started bombing loads of players forward, then you know the quality that we play against, then we would get picked off. That's just the thing of it. So we have to be solid, and then we have to hope for that we can grab a goal here or there. That's just the way it is. You know, you can't just be freestyling out there basically with your team. But you know, I'm looking forward to what's coming up with the players that we've got. The players that might come in, you know, I think everyone's hungry to play, be selected for that first game, or first squad, shall I say? And you know, I think with different ideas from the manager, I think we could go a long way.
You've spoken to the new manager, Stephen Kenny. How did that go? Did you know of him before? Have you spoken to some lads about him?
Yeah, I knew of him. You know, I've got high respect for him for what he's done. You know, obviously we played a friendly against them in the 21s last summer. You know, I'm really impressed by the way they played, and obviously I've watched a lot of their 21 campaign. And yeah, I've spoke to him. You know, and he's come across with some really good ideas. You know, he's been positive about me. You know, I'm just hoping I get selected for that next squad. But you know, I'm really excited. You know, I think we've got some great talent and some great senior boys that have been around. You know, I think there's still a lot more for people that wasn't in the squads. So I'm really excited to see what the next squad brings.
You mentioned kind of the style of play. At Sheffield United, kind of you guys have been renowned for how you've altered your style of play. Obviously, that's over a course of a couple of seasons. People are kind of expecting a different style of play with Ireland a little bit as well. Do you think that can change? Do you think that can be implemented by the new manager, and that we can possibly play more attacking or free flowing football?
I think so. You know, I think that's down to the manager. You know, on my conversation that I've had with him, he hasn't spoke too much about the style of play. You know, it's just about more players and individuals. But you know, believing what I've seen of him, you know, I believe that he'll want to change it. I believe that he might want to go a bit more attacking. And you know, that'd be music to my ears. You know, every player wants to play in an attacking team. We've got the players to do it. You know, and so I don't see why not. You know, and that's why speaking to a few of the boys through the COVID and through playing with against them recently, and obviously the Irish boys that are in my team, you know, we're all looking forward to it and seeing what ideas, and obviously with the staff that they're bringing in, you know, Keith Andrews, Duffers, you know, we're all excited to work for them and see what it brings.
I mentioned earlier on about, you know, what you've achieved over the past couple of months. It'd be nice to add a European Championships to that as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You know, next summer, that's what we're all aiming for, to play in them European Championships. You know, it's funny because it would have been or around this time. You know, it's weird. You know, we have to backdate it for another year, but you know, all this hard work that we've done for the past couple of years trying to get into this position. You know, we've got two tough games. Well, one tough game first. You know, we've got to get through that. But I have every confidence in the boys. You know, we play to our best. You know, we're a match for anyone. You know, definitely when we're at it.
It's exciting to think. I know you've just finished the Premier League season. You'll have a bit of a break now, and then you're coming into the internationals, and it's a fresh start. You know, new managers, you made some staff, and players get to prove themselves as well with a new manager. You kind of get that bit of a bounce and excitement when you go into a new campaign, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. You know, there will be that day. You know, everyone will be itching to see what the squad is and to see if they're selecting. And the first couple of days of training, I know it's going to be a busy schedule when we meet up, but everyone's going to be itching to impress. It's first impressions are a big one, and there's going to be no difference. However old you are, if you're one of the older ones like me or a younger boy that's getting his first call up, you're going to be itching, and that's good because it bounces off the whole team, and everyone's fighting for the shirt, and that's what we want. Everyone's fighting for their national shirt to play for their country, and that's how it's going to be.
Can I just ask you briefly about one of the young lads, Aaron Connolly? He came in with Brighton there and had a great impact against Tottenham and his debut, and then he finished the season off quite well, getting a lovely goal there as well. He's someone you've obviously been around in the Ireland squad as well. Is he someone that you can see having a bright future for Ireland?
Yeah, most definitely got a bright future. I've seen him play a few times for Brighton. I've seen his goal the other day against Burnley. He's young, he's quick, hard working, got a lot of ability. When we played them early on in the season, he came on at half time and he caused all sorts of problems. Came on up front, stretched our defence, and had a few shots that could have gone in on a different day. So I'm looking forward to seeing his talent and see how he gets on. But there's quite a few that I'm looking forward to seeing.
How was that period playing in the Premier League behind closed doors? Obviously, everybody had to adapt to it. But what was it like as a player?
Yeah, it was weird the first couple. I think the first one at Aston Villa, it was a bit weird. But then you kind of got, just like you do with anything, you kind of got used to it. You kind of got used to your surroundings, how it works. And by the end of it, it was just, this is the times now. This is what it's going to be like. I think when we start back next season, it might be the same. I'm talking about bringing a few fans in gradually. But for the meantime, I think we've kind of got used to it. It's not what we want to do, obviously. Everyone wants to play for the fans. But I think safety is the most important thing, and just to get the games to go ahead and to complete the season was the main thing. And we got used to it at the end. Like I say, it wasn't good. We would have loved our 12th man back in at Bramall Lane. That's what drives us a lot of the time. But it is what it is at the end of the day, and as long as everyone's safe, that's the main thing.
I was watching the game when you got your 2 goals, and the commentator made a comment saying that it's almost a shame that you didn't get them in front of the fans. Did you kind of feel that way at the time when you scored?
Yeah, first of all, just relief to get them, and then obviously, yeah. If it would have been a full house at Bramall Lane, I think the place would have gone mad. I always hear fans say when you score on the pitch and things like that. But yeah, it weren't nice that it wasn't there. But my excitement of scoring took over and forgot all about that. I know I got some lovely messages and things off people that would have been there and fans from social media. So I'm just happy that I scored and happy that they witnessed it on telly.
It's obviously a fantastic season for Sheffield United in the Premier League coming up. Obviously, defied a lot of people's expectations on the outside. Do you think that you can get even better next season, because you'll have all the boys will now have that bit more of experience now of what to expect?
Yeah, I think so. I think the gaffer's come out slowly and needs to bring in a few players. And I think we need that. Need a few new players. I think the 5 sub rule this year, since COVID, I don't think it was fair on the lesser teams. I don't think at times we could bring on 5. I think we need a stronger squad all round and fresh faces to make people fight for their places. We should do in all teams, and I'm sure the gaffer will do that. But the experience that we've got as players, it can only do us good for going into next season. The boys have been fantastic. Some of the performances, it hasn't surprised me because I knew what they're about, but it's obviously surprised the pundits and the neutrals because they don't really know much about Sheffield United. But
sure.
We've got to get our feet back on the ground. We've got to go again when it comes pre-season, and we've got to be ready because teams are going to want to play against us in a different way because we've took a lot of teams apart with our shape and formation, and teams are going to be ready for that. So we're going to have to be on our A game to get results next year. It's going to be even difficult than it was this year.
You've signed a new contract, and now that you've kind of got that kind of bit of momentum now behind you, I appreciate we have a break and we'll be going into the new season, but you yourself, do you feel physically and kind of mentally kind of in a place now where you can really kick on for the next couple of years? Because you seem to be really flying at the moment and comfortable in your own skin?
Yeah, I feel the best I've been. Fitness wise, you hear a lot of pros say it when they get older, they look after themselves better and certain things. But that's definitely the case with me. I feel fine. My confidence is sky high. I, go playing for Sheffield United or playing for my country. I feel really valued, and that's one of the main things. And long may it continue. I'm 32 now. There ain't really an age where I'm looking at to think where I want to pack it in, or think that my legs aren't going anytime soon. So I want to keep going and keep playing the way I am, and I'm really confident in a minute.
I suppose, away from your club with the games and the training sessions to stay fit, you can see in the background there you're in their kids' playroom, so I'm sure they keep you active as well.
Yeah, I got 4 of them, so they keep me active all the time. That's just how it is through COVID. It was tough. Like any parent, homeschooling, keeping them occupied, keeping them doing things. But it kept me going. Obviously, I'd rather do that than be sitting on a house by myself, or with your missus just by yourself. But it's just, for kids, it's fatherhood. It keeps me going, and it keeps me driving for success as well.
Going into I mentioned about the possibility of qualifying for the Euros. Like, we've a packed schedule with Ireland coming up. We've with the Nations League and obviously the game against Slovakia. It's something to look forward to, but obviously they're very much kind of must-win games in the short period of time, aren't they? They're very crucial games.
Yeah, very crucial. I think that's how the new management staff would want it. I think they'll want to go into proper games, not just friendlies. I think they'll want to test their best team and test their ideas. You've got perfect games for that next coming up before the season starts, or the club season starts, and it's straight into the thick of it. Basically we'll meet up and we'll have games. I think it's 3 or 4 days later. So yeah, it's going to be tough games. It's going to be hard games, but that's what we would want it as players, other than friendlies, and I think that's what the management staff would want as well.
As an older player, sometimes it gets a bit cliched, like the older player, he can be a mentor and stuff like that. Is that a role that you relish? It's something Stephen Kenny has mentioned, that he thinks the likes of Adam Ida or Troy Parra and Aaron Connolly, they can learn off you. Is that something that you would actively kind of pursue in terms of going to them on the training ground and giving them a few tips, or around the hotel or stuff like that? Or do you think it just comes naturally when you play?
I think there's 2 sides to it. I think, obviously, he could have meant by just playing, just training, watching how I train. They think the likes of them boys you just mentioned there, I think they might be a bit different to me playing wise, and they might be able to learn something off me that. And as well, I spent a bit of time with Troy off the pitch. He's a good young talent, and when I spoke to him, and he's really listened and took it in. I've had a few messages with him since in COVID and whatnot. He's a good lad, and I'm sure he will listen to me. So yeah, if I can see anything with them, I'll definitely show them or tell them. But I think the main thing to do is on the training pitch. And if they think they can learn things off me, then I'm all for it, because that's the country's future.
Did you have somebody like that somebody that you leaned on that gave you tips?
Yeah, but at Southampton, a boy called Stern John. Yeah, he was kind of my mentor. I used to, where he played his hold up play and what he did, I used to learn off him, and he used to be very vocal to me as well, and he used to give me a telling off here and there as well. A great guy, and I model my game a lot on him. His hold up play was one of the best I've seen. So yeah, definitely.
Just David, just to wrap up, like, it's obviously terrific kind of period of time, but it's, as I said, it's an exciting period ahead as well, isn't it? You must want to just kind of keep playing games now.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got a 3-week break or something. We're nearly coming up to the first week of it now, and I spoke to a few boys. You can't do much, obviously, with all the stuff going on in the world at the minute. So the boys are itching to go back, and I'm one of them. When we go back, there'll be a quick couple of weeks training. Then we'll meet up for the national team, and then it's the season starting again. And the season will go. It'll be game after game after game, and that's what you want as a player. That's what you want. You don't want breaks, and you don't want that. 99% of footballers still love playing football, and I'm one of them. So I can't wait. I'm looking forward to next season for club and country, and looking forward to a lot.
David, huge congratulations on winning the senior men's international award as well, and much deserved.
Thank you very much.